Recently, I was watching Glaivekiyo's apology video when I noticed something really weird. The way he was talking sounded way too familiar, almost like I've heard it somewhere before. It sounded way too close to someone we all have inside our phones, and if you haven't guessed it by now, I'm talking about ChatGPT. The entire script for his apology video was generated by AI. In fact, he's using an AI-generated script for almost every single video. And since I know it might be hard to believe for some people, I'm gonna show all the evidence and explain exactly how I can prove this. Alright, first of all, let me tell you guys exactly what it was about his video that made me realize he's 100% using AI. Now, I don't really watch Glaivekiyo, but I was watching a reaction from Sane to a video from Glaive titled "Wuthering Waves Just Soft Rebooted Itself." Now, that title in itself is already pretty weird, but that aside, all it takes is just the first minute of this video to realize it's 100% AI. He's using the exact same phrasing 3 times within the first minute of this video.
There were no kits, no animations, not even a blurry screenshot. We watched the 2.8 developer livestream hoping for a teaser, a roadmap, or just a little hint of what we will get. The drought was real. The reliable leakers were empty-handed, and the community's excitement was starting to curdle into genuine frustration.
This is the typical writing style of ChatGPT. It always uses the exact same structure to emphasize a specific point. It always uses like 2 or 3 examples, and then it says something like, "It's not just about this, it's about that." You know, you probably heard that a couple of times before, and this is what really caught my attention. So at that point, I was obviously pretty sure that the entire script for this video was made using AI. The only thing that was weird to me was the fact that Saint was just sitting there with a straight face, not saying anything about this at all. Nothing against him though, maybe he just didn't know, but it's kind of funny to me how bro's just sitting there with a straight face reacting to a ChatGPT prompt. Especially because later on in that video, even he starts to realize that the things he says don't make any sense at all.
I think he just really wanted to push this narrative that Kuro's always subverting expectations when it comes to attributes, and so he just made up the most bullshit. Like, I can like sort of tell he doesn't even believe what he's saying right now.
But whatever, that's not important right now. After I gathered some different opinions, I got really curious and I copied the entire transcript for this video into the most well-known and most reliable AI detector in the world. And after scanning the entire script, it turns out it's 99% AI generated, which kind of explains why Glaive is just constantly saying the most random nonsense. But going back to the AI detector, for those who don't know, the way this detector works is it simply compares the writing style of the text to the writing style of AI language models such as ChatGPT. So it compares all the patterns, you know, the phrasing and everything, and the more similar it is to the writing style of AI, which by the way is a very distinct writing style, the higher the score is. And then it tells you if it's human or mixed or just straight up AI generated like in this case. And before somebody says, "This detector is not reliable, bro. You can't just blindly trust whatever it says." Of course not. There are some AI detectors that can be wrong, but not this one. To see if this detector actually works, I took the scripts of other faceless gacha content creators who also rely on scripts to make their videos, just like Glaive. I compared the results using the exact same method, and as you guys can see, all of their scripts were not being detected as AI. Not a single one had even 1% AI in it. I tested multiple videos from Vars 2, I tested multiple videos from this guy who's very similar to Glaive, I tested this guy's video scripts, I even tried putting my own video scripts in there, and none of these scripts turned out as AI. All of them had a score of 100% human. The only videos that were being detected as AI were all the videos from Glaive. So I think it's pretty safe to say that this detector is in fact reliable. Anyway, after making sure this detector is trustworthy, I teamed up with a friend of mine and we spent an entire day testing countless other videos from Glaive to see if he's using AI for them as well. and the results are pretty shocking. But now, let me show you guys all the evidence one by one. The problem with calling Genshin Impact a kids game: 93% AI. Why Genshin is the world's most successful gacha: 100% AI. Bro didn't even try to hide it. Genshin Impact main character isn't the main character: 95% AI. How Genshin Impact sells disappointment: 97% AI. 5 years later, Genshin Impact still doesn't respect your time. You know, I think we should probably change the title. How about 5 years later, Glaivekiyo still doesn't respect your time? Buddy, you're making your own viewers listen to a 90% AI generated script. The only one who's wasting our time here is probably you. Genshin Impact and the illusion of generosity: 84% AI. Explaining the toxic fandom of Genshin Impact: 88% AI. He proved my point: why we defend broken gacha games: 98% AI. He couldn't even respond to the Jeff without using AI. Bro's unironically using AI to respond to another person. Like, come on, bro, this is genuinely sad. The funny part is, if he's gonna react to this video, he's probably gonna have to ask ChatGPT to tell him how he can defend himself, because judging by that, it seems like he doesn't even possess enough brain capacity to formulate his own thoughts into words. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if even his titles are AI generated. But let's continue. Hoyoverse is ignoring you: Genshin Impact Miliastra Wonderland drama: 89% AI. Genshin Impact isn't what I thought it was anymore: 72% AI and 15% human. Now that's a new record. Honkai Star Rail just solved its biggest problem: 100% AI once again. Gold Chip, the biggest rage baiter of Ume Musume: 82% AI. The series of disappointment we learned to accept in Honkai Star Rail: 100% AI. Why this NPC looks better than Diluc: 87% AI. I owe you an explanation: Genshin Impact 6.2. Yeah, really nice apology there, bro. Very original and honest of you. Brother, you could have at least made the apology yourself. Bro talking about some "let's be honest," and then the entire apology is written by AI. Like, come on, bro. What are we doing at this point? By the way, I even put Arlecchino ASMR into this detector just to see what happens. And guess what? Even that mommy ASMR script has more effort put into it than this apology. But whatever, we're getting off track. Let's continue, we still have more to go. The flawed masterpiece of Genshin Impact: 76% AI and 24% mixed. Wuthering Waves 2.8, when quality of life updates aren't enough: 77% AI, 16% mixed. Zenless Zone Zero just broke the Hoyoverse cycle: 100% AI. I'm not even surprised anymore. So as you can see, that's pretty much how all of his videos look like. The only thing that really stood out to me were his older videos. Now those have pretty huge AI percentages in them too. This one has 59, for example. This one has 72%. This one even has 94% mixed. And this one has 82% AI. So it seems like he's been using AI generated scripts from the very beginning, although not to such a high degree. Either he was just better at covering it up back then by sprinkling in some of his own words here and there, or he actually was writing the scripts himself to some degree. But overall, it's pretty obvious that these things are pretty much entirely AI generated. Especially when you look at something like this. Here's the real danger. When you're shutting down good faith criticism, you're not just silencing companies, you're hurting the game in the long run. Dude, you could have just said something like, when you're shutting down genuine or good faith criticism, you're hurting the game in the long run. That's it. Why would you put "you're not just silencing companies" in there? If it was a human being writing that script, you wouldn't even get the idea to put this into your script, because it simply doesn't make any sense in that context. The video is about people comparing WoA players to Genshin players. How do you get from that to the silencing of companies? If he was actually writing that script himself, he wouldn't even get the idea to include this nonsense. Or take a look at this, for example. Here's the truth: you shouldn't have to lower your standards just because you're used to disappointment. Expect more, demand bigger. This shit genuinely sounds like an ad, bro. Like, what kind of goofy ass ChatGPT phrasing is that? Or check out this one. This one is the funniest one to me.
It is called the extraction phase. When a live service game is new, it is what we call a growth phase. The developers throw everything at you. Massive maps, free rewards, endless story chapters, because they're trying to get you in the door. They want your attention. But recently, or for the past year, this is not growth anymore. This is extraction.
This writing is so stupid. Not even the dumbest human being in this world could make this up. Like, what are these phrases? Also, what are you talking about, bro?
The drought was real. The reliable leakers were empty-handed, and the community's excitement was starting to curdle into genuine frustration.
He talking about the drought was real. The reliable leakers were empty-handed, and the community's excitement was starting to curdle into genuine frustration. Brother, not a single leaker was empty-handed. What on earth are you talking about? We already knew about these characters way before we got any official teaser. Like, he's actually just making up random nonsense. We had countless leaks about 3.0 way before anything was even officially revealed. See, this is how you can tell this was written by ChatGPT. I'm sorry, but if you are unable to tell if these phrases are AI generated or not, you're either like 70 years old or you haven't touched the internet since 2016. But that aside, let me show you guys something. In that apology video, he mentions that there's a narrative of him going around saying that he's a tourist who doesn't care about the lore and doesn't actually play the game. Listen to this.
There has been a narrative going around that I am a tourist, an outsider who doesn't play the game, doesn't care about the lore, and is just here to farm drama because
well, yeah, they're kind of right. If you're using AI to write all your scripts, you probably don't really care about the gacha space, nor about the content you upload. Bro's acting like some hero of justice while making his own viewers listen to a ChatGPT script. Y'all are literally just watching him read whatever ChatGPT told him. And Saint or anybody else who's reacting to these videos is essentially just reacting to ChatGPT. And they probably don't even know this, so I don't blame them, right? But it's just so dystopian to me how all this time nobody realized it's all just nothing more than AI slop. Now, if it was just one video being detected as 99%, it wouldn't be an issue. But if every single video is being detected as like 99% AI, it's kind of hard to ignore this. I myself use AI sometimes too, but I only use it to find information or to summarize something really complicated I don't understand. But using AI to write your entire script for you is genuinely sad. I'm sorry. And Glaive, if you're watching this, I don't have anything against you. But bro, why are you using AI to write scripts for you? Especially bigger content creators like you should not support the usage of AI in content creation, because it's literally ruining the entire purpose behind content creation and it's ruining the space. YouTube should be about expressing your own creativity and, most importantly, being original. If everyone is using AI to make their scripts, it's not original because everybody is just repeating whatever ChatGPT tells them. So to every content creator who's watching this and not using AI for script writing, whether it be DG2 or VARs or upcoming content creators or anybody else, I genuinely hope all your wishes come true, and I wish you guys a successful journey as a content creator. I know script writing can be annoying sometimes, but you guys are what keeps this platform alive. There is such a massive amount of low-effort AI slop channels, it is becoming increasingly rare to see people who actually put in effort into making good and, most importantly, original content. AI is ruining YouTube, it is ruining the entire gacha space, and it shouldn't belong into content creation. Again, I don't have a problem with people using AI to find information or to summarize large, complicated things. It's completely fine. But if you're using AI so it can do all the work for you, especially as a content creator, it is genuinely disgusting and sad. Another thing I want to mention is that we don't know 100% for sure if he's using AI in all his videos, but he is certainly using it in a lot of them. And for those of you who think I'm faking it or something like that, you guys can go ahead and try it yourself. I encourage anybody who doesn't believe me to copy the transcript of this video, remove the timestamps and grammatical errors if there are any, and you'll get the exact same result as me. Again, to check if these video scripts are AI generated, copy the transcript, remove the timestamps and grammatical mistakes caused by YouTube, go to the same website as me, and there you go. This is the exact same method I personally used for all the videos I tested, including the ones from the other content creators, so that it's all fair for everyone. With that being said, let me know what you guys think about this down below in the comments. Feel free to join my Discord, and as always, I wish everyone a nice and wonderful day.